I don't think it's as effective, but it's pretty effective. Especially you live in the fucking frozen communist shithole of Canada.
Yeah.
It's cold. You get real cold water.
When's the last time you've been up there?
I don't go up there anymore.
You refuse, right?
Yeah, I just fucking what they've done up there, what they did with the trucker rally, and what Trudeau's doing with guns, and what they're trying to clamp down on censorship on the internet. That guy can eat shit. Like that place needs 100% an overhaul of government. Like they're sliding down that dangerous road of communism that scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's funny because even though I'm in Canada, it seems like the prevalence of political information and media is so much lesser than what goes on in the States because it's just far more interesting. But even the alternatives that I'm aware of on the political, side of things that are trying to, get Trudeau out and replace him, not much better from my understanding. It seems like everyone's every time I go on Twitter, I see Jordan Peterson shitting on some other guy who's like the next best option, apparently.
Well, he likes that Pierre guy. What's that guy's name?
I don't know.
Pierre Polivier. What is his name? There's the guy who's the reasonable Republican type character or conservative character. What is the... I think you said it. Yeah, Pierre Polivier. That guy's very smart.
Okay.
He's very interesting. There's a really funny video. I don't know if you ever saw it, but he's eating an apple and he's talking to this reporter, and the reporter keeps asking him really stupid questions. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, what does that mean? And like he catches this reporter, like, says who? Who's saying this? And have you seen that video?
I've never seen it.
Jamie will find it.
Currently, you're obviously taking the populist pathway.
What does that mean?
Well, appealing to people's more emotional levels, I would guess. I mean,
What do you mean by that? Give me an
certainly you tap very strong ideological language quite frequently.
Like what?
Left wing, this and that, right wing. I mean,
it's like just buzzwords.
I never really talk about left or right.
Anyways, a lot
I
of
don't
people
really believe in that.
Okay.
It's a longer conversation, but it's very interesting because it just shows you the level of the level of sophistication of these fucking dopey reporters that are covering this kind of shit. Now they are just trying to always play gotcha stuff.
The title was, "Does it hurt him?" I wonder what the consensus is of like the average Canadian, if they think it's, oh, this guy's legit, or if they're like, this guy doesn't care about us at all.
It's a good question. I mean, I think propaganda affects everyone, and I think Canadian propaganda is a little more tightened down and controlled. What they did with the truckers, like, for example, like the way Trudeau just openly labeled them as racist and misogynist. And then when people were donating to this trucker movement, when they were trying to, have this protest, they closed down people's bank accounts who donated. I mean, that is third world country shit.
Yeah.
The fact that they think they can do that in Canada is insane.
Have you seen the ban of news in Canada, to where if you're located in Canada, you can't access news outlets now because the news outlets or the social media platforms featuring the news outlets refuse to pay Canada their own fee, essentially. So if I'm in Canada and I go on Instagram and try to go to a news page that's outside of Canadian media, it'll literally say can't view, unavailable in Canada. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's nuts. That's like China.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally like what they do in foreign countries that are run by dictators.
Yeah, dude. The bills, it seems like every couple of weeks there's some new gong show of a bill that everyone says is going to, wipe out creators off social media or force you to make Canadian content only, which is like this super nebulous thing that you have no idea. Am I only going to be able to talk about like maple syrup and beavers and shit, or like what's it going to be? You don't know. So that's a concern as somebody on YouTube, especially. So yeah, but
I've heard concerning things that my podcast at one point in time might not even be available in Canada because of this.
Yeah,
like that's a concern that this could be used in that manner to stop people from accessing podcast, especially if I'm openly critical of that shithole communist government.
Oh yeah, you definitely won't be on there. Yeah. If you make Canadian enough content, then you'll get promoted though.
Yeah, okay. I'll start talking about hockey.
Yeah.
I'll start talking about Georges St. Pierre and hockey.
Yeah. Does George still live in Canada or?
I believe he does. He's here a lot. He's here in Austin a lot because he trains with the Danaher squad. You know, Gordon Ryan and those guys. So they're all out here.
He's retired, but